these people know nothing of their own country's history. They just make up shit as they go, and they credit Donald Trump with doing everything that's already been done, right? So first I'm going to show you a video of a guy who thinks that Donald Trump is the guy suddenly responsible for the United States of America protecting Saudi Arabia.
Trump is in the Middle East completely realigning our foreign policy with them all. He just cut a strategic deal with Saudi Arabia. This is economic, military, and government partnerships. The economic part, they are going to invest $1 trillion into the U.S. They are also going to slash oil prices. Now, oil prices are already down 25% since Trump took office, but it's the oil companies here, Exxon and Chevron, that don't want to drop gas prices, so he's going to have to kick them in the dick to make some action happen there because they don't want to see their profits cut. Now, the other deal is we will now be protecting Saudi Arabia in case they are attacked. Now, Saudi Arabia really doesn't have any enemies. They pretty much get along with everybody in the Middle East except Israel.
Now, that guy goes on to yap for like another 3.5 minutes talking about Russia and Syria and all kinds of shit. We're going to deal with what he talked about here at the beginning. Trump is in the Middle East realigning the way we do business with them. We've now cut a deal with Saudi Arabia where they're going to invest a shit ton of money in the United States. And now we're going to start protecting them, even though they don't need any protection because they don't have any enemies in the area. First of all, the Saudi royal family has become so decadent and so modern in their excesses that the rest of the Arab world really does have a problem with them. But more to the point, we've been protecting Saudi Arabia for decades. This is not some new Trump idea that all of a sudden we're going to start protecting Saudi Arabia. If you head over to ye ol' email machine and find the Google and type in how long has America been protecting Saudi Arabia, you will learn that the U.S. has engaged in security cooperation and diplomatic relations with Saudi Arabia for roughly 80 years, starting in 1940. The relationship has evolved over time, with the key point being the 1945 meeting between President Franklin Delano Roosevelt and King, I'm not even going to pronounce that name correctly, so I'm not going to try, which is seen as the defining moment in the partnership. The U.S. has provided security support to Saudi Arabia in exchange for access to oil, and the relationship has been marked by both periods of close cooperation and, more recently, some tensions. We have been providing security for Saudi Arabia for fucking decades. Go look at where we staged all of our troops ahead of the first Gulf War. You guys act like this is something Donald Trump decided that we should do. Furthermore, I thought you guys were against us getting involved in these other nations. Isn't it they should be protecting themselves? We shouldn't be America's police? Sudden change of heart? The second bullshit story coming out of the Middle East is that Donald Trump is this great deal maker because Qatar, the nation that's set to give him a $400 million free airplane, has agreed to buy 150 planes from Boeing. Trump touts record Boeing Qatar Airways deal. Qatar Airways has agreed to buy up to 210 jets from American manufacturing giant Boeing, according to U.S. President Donald Trump, who announced the $96 billion order as part of his tour of the Middle East. The White House said the deal would support 154,000 jobs in the U.S. each year of production and mark the largest ever order of 787 Dreamliners, a wide-body jet used for longer flights. Qatar Airways and Boeing later confirmed the agreement. It is the second deal involving Boeing to be announced as part of Trump's trip, marking a win for the company as it tries to rebuild its business after a series of manufacturing and safety issues. Just in, Qatar Airways will be buying over 150 aircrafts from Boeing. The leader of Qatar just signed a multi-billion-dollar deal with President Trump and the CEO of Boeing. Here's what they're not going to tell you. Qatar Airways currently operates more than 150 Boeing airplanes, including 777s, 787 passenger jets, and 777 Freightliners. With this purchase, Qatar will become the largest 787 Dreamliner operator in the Middle East. But they've been buying from Boeing since 1994. And these fucking people in the red hats act like this is all Donald Trump, right? Like, we're now protecting Saudi Arabia because of Donald Trump. No, we've been doing that for fucking decades. Qatar is now buying planes from Boeing. No, they've been doing it since the Clinton administration.